Hi there, this is Darren from Treasure Life Family Farms, and we're kind of trying to make a go at a hose reel now. So you can stay tuned as we put it together, get it mounted on the wall, and give it a try. We ended up buying a Central Pneumatic 50-foot hose reel. It's got the hose already on it. That's, good enough, I guess. And what else do I know? It can mount floor, ceiling, but we're going to put it on the wall up there by that little black square that drives the garage door sensors. And so, easy logic tells you that this is our, I gotta get this box off here now that I showed you that. This is our mounting plate over here. And we need to mount that to the wall. The other thing is that these things get pulled on pretty hard. Hopefully the kids are gonna listen when I tell them, it's not for, doing pull-ups on this thing. But it's still, the side-to-side pull, this doesn't swing, this just stays static. So you gotta treat it nice or it's gonna come off the wall. And so if I mount it too lightly, then the kids are gonna have the drywall broken out, basically, is I think where I'm at on this. So I'm contemplating what to do. One thought was to put a 2x6 or a 2x10 or something, the widest one I can find around here, or go buy something behind it, about a couple feet long, so that I got room to bolt this, lag bolt this to that, and then find the center of it and do a one stud really strong with some big screws. But I don't even know if that'll handle it. If I don't come up with something better, I may just make a whole steel frame for this thing. Could do it out of angle iron, weld some bolts to it, span across a couple different studs up there, so we got the torsion left to right handled. Put some lags into the studs up there in the wall to get my metal frame solidly mounted up there, so pulling down you're not going to wreck stuff, side to side not going to wreck stuff. That may be the deal. Let's see if I got some angle iron, or maybe I'll pick up a couple chunks. So anyways, working on that. I've got to actually kind of clean this table off here because it's getting a little late, and got to bring the gator in. Gator lives in here. That's where we bring it. So I gotta get my chop saw off the table here for my other project I just showed you, and slide this table ahead a little bit just so there's enough room, and finish this tomorrow, or work on this tomorrow in some fashion. That's the plan, and more on it tomorrow. It's Sunday morning, next day, and I'm kind of coming over to my unorganized scrap metal pile here, looking for some angle iron. And we've got this bed frame that got bent. This piece is not bent, but some other part of it got bent. So I think I can get a couple of 20-inch pieces out of there. When I was coming back here, though, let's see if we can get into this guy if he runs away. Oh man, not my favorite thing. Fall's coming. It's getting to be spider season. Not a fan. Maybe we can use this. I'll burn the whole house. No, I was kidding. We'll leave them alone. I know they're just eating the flies, so I just need to get over my stupidity and let them be. And so I'm gonna go chop that thing into a couple of 20-inch pieces, and then we'll talk about our plan. All right, I cut a couple chunks of this bed frame down to 22 inches and made them both the same length. And then I wanted 6 inches between, so I've got that, and I used my square and got it all squared up, welded it here, and then right here on the inside. Yeah. So we got it welded there. I think that's about all I'm going to do on the welding. There's more surfaces to get if I want them, but honestly, with that much welding, when this thing comes apart for any reason, that's not going to be what happens. It'll pull off the wall or something else stupid will happen, but welding is not going to come undone at this point. More welding won't help is the thing. I do look around. I know I got basically a not clean workspace in this garage anywhere, so I keep going. We keep improving on our cleanup and organization, but we're not there yet. And I do keep in mind to not have any gas tanks or anything down here when I'm welding. And then after I'm all done welding, I look up and I don't know how I didn't see that, but it's probably empty, right? So no big deal. No, it's pretty much full. That's a weed eater mix right there, so I'll move that before I weld again. But wow, okay, yeah, way to keep it safe there, Darren. All right, so the next plan is so we're going to drill these on 16s, but before I do, I'm actually going to go check my studs on the wall up there to make sure that we're hitting a 16-inch stud span, because on a wall that's kind of that goofy, wouldn't be all that big of a deal to not have 16s. It might be, you know, the next one over might be 12 or some other weird number just because of where it's at and how they might have built it. So I just want to check and get my first stud awesome, and then measure over 16 and make sure the other one's over there. And then once I do, I'm going to drill for lag screws here and here, you know, roughly at 16s. And so this will mount to the wall, and then not interfering with those holes, I want to find a place to put the mounting bolts for the air hose reel. And what they're gonna, it's just gonna be a bolt that sits on here. I'm gonna weld it down, weld them down, and then they'll be short. We'll put the air reel on there, bolt, you know, and put the neoprene nuts on it, bolt it to this frame, and then we'll lag this frame to the wall. That's the plan. All right, so I cut a pattern out of this thing. I guess this is the way this goes. I'm going to slide it all the way kind of to the left because of where that'll end up on the wall. It'll still give me, I'll probably go this way just a little bit, still give me room to put these lag bolts into the wall. Lag bolts are here. They'll go through just a little bit of iron, and then probably 1/2 inch of drywall, and then have probably most of 3/4 of an inch, I guess, to lag into wood. So I made this pattern, and I gotta remember to get it right. Take this and bring it over here. Look where I'm going here. That all fits pretty nice. So I think what I can do then is put it here. And I gotta trim around those a little bit with scissors so I can get the welder to it, but leave the 4-hole pattern just the way it is. So that's what we're gonna do. Once I get them tacked on there, I'm gonna make sure it still fits in the yellow over there, and then weld them solid, and then we're pretty much ready to go on the wall. And I think what I'm going to do is try to find a brush for the drill, brush this thing off, and find a can of paint. There's gotta be something around here. Nothing could be worse than this brown, right? So that's the plan. And next time you see it, hopefully we will be ready to bolt this thing to the aerial, and then following that, we'll mount it to the wall. Alright, so I've got them all tack welded on there. And it fits nice. So we're good that way. I guess the only thing left is to do a good job of welding them from here in a way that I don't pull them to any direction too much or at all. So I'll do my best on that, and hopefully it'll still fit once they're welded really hard. Alright, we've got it mounted. My bracket turned out great. I'm glad I made it a little extra long. Something's going on with this wall, and I don't have a good memory of it from when it was built. It's only been 3 or 4 years ago, but it really seems like the sheetrock here is like 3 layers deep or something crazy. Like, I was driving some 3.5-inch screws in trying to find the studs, and they would be almost up to the head before they would start to I don't know, ratchet the rigid drill driver I was using. So I'm pretty sure I'm into studs. I just don't know how deep. Maybe I need to go get longer lag screws. Those are 1.5 inches. Maybe I need some 3-inch ones and just come in here and replace them, which is going to be really hard because none of those are hidden in there. And it's a bugger to take those neoprene nuts off there because you can't get a ratchet on them or a drill or anything else. Those are all one little move at a time with end wrench. So we're gonna see. If it starts to come off the wall, then we got a problem, and otherwise we're good. The been a long time since I've had one of these. You hear the ratcheting? If you stop during the ratcheting, then it holds. And if you stop anywhere else outside of the ratcheting, it goes back in, which is great, but I got to train the kids on this thing because even the manual says you can't just let it rip. These are, this is a Cobalt Quiet Tech. I'm actually pleased with this air compressor. We've had it for, probably around 3 years. And it's been really good. It's not all that loud either. I don't mind being around it when it's running. So there's that. We just have our 8-foot. Every time something happens, I'm afraid that thing's coming off the wall. 8-foot hose. We put some Teflon tape on it and turn it tight there. 8 foot comes around. We've got an end on it so that it just plugs into the air compressor so we can walk away with the air compressor if we need to go somewhere with it. Sometimes we do that where we're out running it off the generator. But yeah, it's flying Melbo there. He's gone now. So it's all mounted. This is my version of it. I would definitely say get that thing into some studs with some good lag screws because it really feels like it's way out here when it's hanging there. And we'll use it over time and maybe check back with how we like it. Still trying to debate what to do with this. This is where I was trying to hang my cord before to make it organized, and that didn't really work out at all. But since this came with its own hose, I've got the old one still laying here and I need to curl it up and put it somewhere. Maybe still here, maybe somewhere else. I don't like that thing, so that's gonna go. That's the end of our air hose aerial project. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for another video sometime soon. Bye.